The New York Knicks are a meaningless franchise that hasn't been relevant to the NBA since Watergate. In the days leading up to the NBA draft lottery, I couldn't help but ask myself the same question. Why the hell do we keep acting like the Knicks are important? Even with just a 14% chance of them acquiring the #1 overall pick, the media could not help themselves at this prospect and would not shut up about how basketball was about to be back in New York and how the Knicks being good wasn't just good for the NBA, but was crucial to their popularity. No, it's not. Oh, Steph Curry is revolutionizing the game of basketball by shooting three-pointers at an absolutely astronomically absurd rate? That sounds amazing. I want to watch. Oh, does he play in New York though? No? Oh, well fuck you, I'm just gonna go watch Bones instead. Said no one ever except for my Aunt Roseanne, who thinks that Red Lobster is a classy restaurant. Basketball has thrived in the absence of the Knicks. And to really get a good idea of how long it's been since they've been relevant, we have to go back a long ass time. The Knicks last won an NBA championship in 1973. That's the same year The Young and the Restless debuted on television. Not a lot of people giving a fuck about either these days, huh? Funny thing is that The Young and the Restless actually have some recent hardware they can brag about. Now, I'm not a fossil, so I can't really tell you exactly what happened in between 1973 and 1985 for the Knicks, but if they did anything other than not win, I wouldn't be sitting here, would I? Enter 1985. The NBA institutes the draft lottery, fixes it for the Knicks, who then begin their saga of rolling out overrated all-stars, mainly Patrick Ewing, on the way to seasons you could describe as disappointing, but you'd have to be a mouth breather from Long Island to have any sort of expectations for a team rostering both Rick Carlisle and Billy Donovan. In my half-baked research for this half-assed video, I discovered that not once did Patrick Ewing crack the top 5 in player efficiency rating, VORP, or win shares in an individual season. The dude basically spent an entire career getting dad-dicked by David Robinson, Akeem Olajuwon, Karl Malone, and Charles Barkley. After nearly a decade of either getting bounced early from the playoffs or not making it at all, Patrick Ewing finally led the Knicks to 2 NBA Finals appearances in 1994 and 1999, which, by the way, are the least impressive NBA Finals appearances of the modern NBA. The only reason the Knicks made it out of the East in 1994 was because Michael Jordan decided to go play MLB Road to the Show IRL, and in 1999, everybody was fat and out of shape. And because the Knicks had already spent the entire 1990s being fat and out of shape, they basically made it out of the East on familiarity alone. Not to mention that in the past offseason, Michael Jordan took the Bulls out back and put a bullet in the franchise's head. Look, Patrick Ewing is a Hall of Famer. But with the way that Jeff Van Gundy talks about him during every trash ESPN broadcast, you'd think the guy put up these stats wearing a 40-pound weight vest and actively contracting cholera. After blowing 2 NBA Finals appearances and wasting the not even that great career, Patrick Ewing, the New York Knicks decided to roster a collection of chuckle fucks throughout the entirety of the 2000s until one day they traded for hero ball extraordinaire Carmelo Anthony and proceeded to get clowned for the next 6.5 years. The only playoff series the Knicks managed to win with their supposed franchise savior was in 2013 against the Celtics, who at that point were so old and washed up they may as well have been actual Celts. Carmelo Anthony plays basketball like that guy in your pickup group who was like the 3rd option on a mid-major D1 school. Yeah, you can shoot and score all you want at a 40% clip, but how much fucking dribbling you're doing, dude? The rest of us may as well not be on the court and be up in the bleachers watching, because we're literally just watching you play basketball. This isn't NBA 2K My Player Book. Stop calling for the ball at half court, Marcus. All right, look, the Knicks haven't been good since I was 5. They haven't been great since before the 3-point line. They've been irrelevant longer than most of us think. So, sports media, shut up about them. The only people pushing the myth that the success of the NBA is linked to the success of the Knicks are old talking heads like Stephen A. Smith and Mark Jackson. Look, if I wanted bad basketball takes from an old balding black dude, I'd call my dad. Give me a call when the best basketball player in New York of the past 20 years isn't Stretch from NBA Street Volume 2.
The 3rd pick goes to the New York Knicks.